Let's continue and learn the different forms of tourism. Tourism has three forms in relation to a given area, like a region, a country, or group of countries. These are domestic tourism, inbound tourism, or outbound tourism. Domestic tourism is a tourism involving residents of one country traveling only within that country. Let's say, for example, the tourist is me. I live in the Philippines, and during weekend, I would go places and visit different places in the Philippines. If you will take a look at this picture, this was taken in Sagada Mountain Province. Uh, the other one is taken in a southern Tagalog region, which is Laguna. So, domestic tourism is the tourist, will only be traveling within my local or within my country. Okay? Next, inbound tourism. Inbound tourism is tourism involving visits to a country by visitors or by a visitor who are not residents of a country. Assuming it's me who's the tourist and I will go to another country, say for example United States. If I am a resident of Korea and if I go to United States, the host country, which is United States, will consider me as an inbound tourist. Now, I'd like to share with you some of the pictures that I had that was taken during my summer break. This was in Chicago. This one is in Milwaukee in Wisconsin, and this is where I participated in a conference at the University of Wisconsin. Now, another form of tourism is the outbound tourism. When we say outbound tourism, it's a tourism involving residents of a country going out of their country. Assuming you Koreans would be going to, say, Thailand, or maybe to Malacca in Malaysia, or maybe to India, then the activity that you are involved in is called outbound tourism. Okay? Next, in case where the area is a country, there are three more forms of tourism. This is according to the UNWTO classification of tourists. There's internal tourism that includes domestic and inbound. Do we recall the definition of domestic and inbound? Another form of tourism is national tourism, wherein it involves domestic, inbound, and outbound, and international tourism that counts on the inbound and outbound. Now, what does this mean? It means that if it's internal tourism or national tourism or international tourism, what the United Nations World Tourism Organization is after the activities or the movement of tourists. That's why they have classified it internal tourism, national tourism, or international tourism. Remember that there's no one or single definition of tourism. UNWTO defined it so that they can get the statistics and have a record of the tourist movement in every country, in every region, or in almost all parts of the world. Are we clear? Okay. Now, another thing that we have to learn about is the destination of visitors. Where does the visitors go? Now, visitors can go to the different places mentioned or shown in the screen. It can be a city, like maybe Seoul or Busan or Daegu. It can be a town, like Ulsan, like Jeonju, or other area that is dependent to a significant extent on the revenues from tourism. Or it can be a country, like if you will be going to Spain or to Italy or to France, or it can be a state, like one state of America is California, another one is maybe Nevada, or it can be a region. Like, for example, Southeast Asia, you would like to do a 90-day trip to maybe Southeast Asia or to East Asia or to Central Asia, or most of the Koreans nowadays would go to Europe as a region. And these are all marketed or markets itself as a place for tourists to visit. So I hope we were able to get a good look of the different terminologies related to tourism, namely the different forms of tourism, such as domestic, inbound, and outbound tourism. Then we also have international, national tourism. And then, of course, we have the different places or destinations of visitors. Remember, it can be a country, a city, a town, a state, or a region. I hope you learned something from this presentation, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.